What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day. I did miss a couple of uploads over the weekend, so I apologize for that. Just had some family come in town and stuff. Just got busy doing some family stuff. But I will be restarting the daily uploads every single morning, like at probably like 10 a.m. I'm going to be restarting that tomorrow. And like I said, I'm locking in for the end of April. It's been a very, very tough April. The best thing I can explain April, or even the past 3 weeks, like even the end of March, it has just been emotionally draining. It has been an emotionally draining time period. And the lose streaks, they always last way longer than you expect. I know it sounds like, crazy, but I've been here a little bit before. I think now this is like the worst lose streak I've ever had. But into January was also pretty rough. And I'm telling you guys, the lose streaks, they last way longer than you expect. The win streaks, they also last way longer than you expect. So it kind of comes and goes. I don't know what it is about betting, about why it's so streaky. But, again, I kind of go over a lot about this channel on like Friday's video. But again, we've never had a losing month on this channel. But it does look like April is going to be our first losing month. So that's very unfortunate. I did kind of like having that badge of honor, but it is what it is, right? You kind of got to take it with the punches. Over the weekend, I don't want to get too much into it just because there's a lot to get into. I guess starting with today, it actually looked really, really good today. Like I woke up, we had a lot of green that didn't hit, but it looked set up, like it was set up very nicely. And I was honestly optimistic. I was like, you know what, maybe today's going to be different. Maybe we're going to start hitting some entries. We had Wayne set up overnight. We had Milky Way set up overnight. We had this we had this Counter-Strike duo set up overnight. And then we also had this Valorant duo set up overnight. And it looked really good. Like we had a lot of green going through, and just one by one, we just had things unfortunately happen to us and end up just coming out empty-handed, which is always the most frustrating parts. And like over the past 2-3 weeks, there's been so many times where like the only thing you can do after is just like go on a walk. Like you just have to go on a walk because you're so frustrated. Like this guy misses by 2 pass attempts. This guy misses by 2 kills because they get a quadra kill at the very end of the game that sends them over at 18, where they were pretty much at like 8 or 9 kills for the whole series until they get just a random quadra kill. But, again, I can go into the details of all of these things. On Saturday, we did have like a 8.5x hit, which like, again, it feels like we're never going to hit these 4-mans. It feels like, we're never going to go on a hot streak again just because we're kind of in like the pit of despair right now. But once these 4-mans start hitting, and I'm very confident that they're eventually going to start hitting because they always do very consistently, these 8Xs, these 9Xs, they're honestly incredible because they bring you out so much faster than you think. Like this right here is paying for 8 losses. This pays for 8 losses right here. So you can go through, you can count 8 losses, and it takes you quite a while to count 8 losses. One 4-man just like this pays for a ton of losses, and that's when you'll really see the units start to spike up, right? Like in February, we went up 90 units after having a pretty bad January. We still were profitable in January, but had one of our worst months in January. Went down at one point like 45 units. Again, right now we're down like 45, 50 units. I'm going to be updating the spreadsheet come tomorrow, so tomorrow morning I'll have that updated for you guys. But yeah, it's been brutal. Like I've not been shy about it. It's been brutal. I got nothing else to say other than I'm trying to find the best plays for you guys possible. These plays I've been sending out, finding are the same exact plays, the same exact methodology, and how I look up these plays that I was doing back in October, in November, in January, in February, in March, whatever it is, right? I'm finding these plays the same. I'm betting on the same sports. We're just having an insane amount of unluck and negative variance, really. But I don't want to be super doom and gloom. I mean, it kind of is what it is. If you want to follow the plays, if you want to take today's play, you can. If you don't want to take today's play, you don't have to. But overall, you guys, I'm giving away a signed Domantas Sabonis jersey. Let's go ahead and do it on April 17th. Okay, so in a couple of days, April 17th, I'm going to be giving this away. It did actually end up coming in the mail, you guys. So hopefully you guys can see that. It just came in the mail, I believe, last night. And it's completely signed on the number 1 right here. So that's really cool to see. And going to be giving that away to someone who comments, and subscribes on this video. And every single video that I post up until that day, if you comment and subscribe and like that video, I guess all you can really do is like and comment. I'm going to enter your name additionally in another raffle. Okay, so if you've done it, 5-6 times since that video, you'll have your name in the raffle 5 or 6 times. So you'll obviously have a better chance to be entered in the giveaway. So want to get back to you guys again. It's been really tough because I know a lot of you guys trust me. I know a lot of you guys put your hard-earned money on the plays, and we've had very high highs, and this is one of the lowest points of this channel. Like, this is a low. I really got nothing else to say. It's a low of this channel. 2025, this graph actually isn't updated, so I apologize for that. We're probably down more in like the 90s or 100s, or like the 80s or 90s is what I wanted to say. But yeah, we're still up on the year about, let's just call it 75, 80 units, 90 units. I don't really know what the correct number is, but we're still up on the year. If you look back over the past, 10, 11 months of this channel, I have a very historical track record of being a profitable bettor. And, this is honestly why you got to track your bets, because it's times like these, right? It's easy to go back and stroke your ego of just like, oh, look how many units I've hit. Look how much we've hit here. But these are the times where the tracking the bets really, it comes in handy, because you can look at the performance. And again, these are the same entries I've been doing for 10 months, 11 months, right? And I actually was doing entries like this before I even started this channel. But overall, again, I got nothing to sell you guys today, other than, potentially just getting a free jersey for liking and commenting. But this is going to be the entry for the day. It is going to be a full correlated 2-man on Counter-Strike. And how Counter-Strike, why this is such a good entry and why this is correlated is because it is correlated based off of game length. So if these guys end up having shorter games, if this is a shorter game, then less kills will happen in the game, okay? So how Counter-Strike works is it is first to 13 rounds. So whoever gets 13 rounds first ends up winning the game. So that means a game could be 13-0, it could be 13-1, or a game could go all the way to 13-11, or even it could go into overtime if it ends up going 12-12 and they end up going and playing overtime rounds. So if the game ends up going to overtime, if the game ends up going 13-11, 13-10, that is going to mean more rounds, which is going to mean more kills for these guys, okay? And if this game ends up being a shorter game, which I think it will be a shorter game, it should be a shorter game, because Fluxo is the better team here by a decent margin, then this should go under, and these guys should get less kills or less headshots in the game, okay? These are also very, very solid plays. If you look at all of the other sports books, if you look at Underdog, Sleeper, Hot Streak, all these other plays right here, if you compare these to books, there's actually websites where you can find lines going in the historical lines of these players. And Piranha right here, I guess that's how you say his name. I'm just going to call him Piranha. His line is historically set at about 16 to 15.5. This guy's line right here is actually my favorite of the two. Noski, I guess how you say his name. His line is normally like 12.5, so he does not get many headshots. And so I really like this entry here. Again, the main reason why it's such a good entry is because it is a correlated Counter-Strike play, right? So it's correlated together. If one thing happens, which just means a shorter game, if a shorter game does end up happening, less kills will happen, and these guys will benefit from having a shorter game, which means less kills. So this is going to be the play of the day. Again, this is happening like tomorrow afternoon, so I actually won't even know if this hits by tomorrow when I upload at about like 10 or 11. But overall, this is what I'm locking in. Again, if you guys want to take the entry, you can. If you guys don't want to take the entry, you don't have to until maybe we start heating up or something like that. But I understand it's been very frustrating. I've been, like I said, it's the best way I can explain it. It's been emotionally exhausting. But sticking through it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.